Welcome to our video open house for 2021. We're so glad that you've joined us here on this video, viewing this, seeing a snapshot of what kindergarten looks like at Oak Grove Lutheran School. Throughout this time, we'll just answer some questions that we're thinking that parents often ask, and we hope that we'll give you then some idea of the incredible experience that our students and our families have when they're here with our community at Oak Grove. I'm Kim Forness, Director of Admissions. I'm here with Dakota. She is one of our kindergarten teachers. Dakota, thanks for taking this time to be with us. I appreciate that a great deal.
Of course.
Can you tell us just a little bit to start about the classroom, how many sections, the ratio of students to teachers, that type of thing, and what it might look like in that classroom that way?
Sounds good. Yeah, we have 4 sections of kindergarten, and that's going to look like anything, probably about 15 students around at the max for each classroom, which really helps us get a chance to have that personal relationship with our kids. As that number gets higher, and you see that even in public schools, that it's hard to develop that relationship so much, and that's something we value so much here at Oak Grove. Being able to have that community and develop those relationships with our kiddos is so helpful. But you're usually looking at 4 sections with 15 students at the max in each class.
Terrific. And so what happens in that classroom? I mean, kindergarten is such a fun
Yes.
age and stage, and very unique. You
Very
guys,
much so.
you as teachers have really created some unique things around the curriculum. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so you're looking at a pretty crazy day in kindergarten, full of anything from working on our morning meeting when we come in the morning to jumping at like Bible study, handwriting. We'll work into our reading lessons, and within our reading lessons, at least I personally really like to incorporate some of our smart room activities, which is going to look like using trampolines to help build our sight word knowledge, and using our balance beams to walk across and read sight words, or working on any other thing we can incorporate with our reading lessons. So really taking this jump at, okay, we have these things to teach in our curriculum, but man, this is kindergarten and it has to be fun. They want to be able to remember it. This is where the foundation of their learning is starting, and from here on out, it's just like this drastic jump that they have. So we try and make it as fun as we can, from our reading to then we work on, we'll have our lunch and then recess, and then we work math into that, and then, you know, like our specials time throughout the day where they have music, gym, and throughout that time we also have art incorporated to our day once a week. And I mean, each classroom looks so different with their schedule, but that's kind of the gist of the topics and subject areas that we go through. Yeah, that's kind of a glimpse into it.
Very good. So Dakota, what are some really unique and special things that you do in the classroom to build that sense of community, build that sense of belonging, which is so important for students to achieve and be successful? Mm-hmm. What are some of those things that you do in the classroom?
Yeah. So one example that comes to my mind right away is our morning meeting that we do every day. This looks like anything from talking about what day of the week is it, and then classroom jobs. So they get to have a chance to work together, kind of like come together as a class, and we're going to talk about, okay, this is what our day is going to look like. This is some of the things that we're going to get done. Students are going to get a chance to pick the job that they want to help with during the day. This is also going to look like sometimes incorporating, okay, would you rather be able to fly, or would you rather be able to be invisible, to just get that sense of, okay, what are some things that really interest these kiddos, being able to start that foundation and get a chance to have that relationship with them. Another aspect of just this whole community aspect that we like to have is on Mondays, we like to do What's the Weekend News. And we have stages in our room, and I have my kiddos come up to the stage every time, and we say, good morning, so-and-so, and then we say, what's the weekend news? And they are so thrilled to share what they did over the weekend, and it's just a chance for them to say, hey, so-and-so, this is what I did. Maybe we did the same thing. And they love getting to share that. And that's an easy way for you to make a connection too. Say, like, someone went skiing. Oh, I love to ski. I didn't know you like to do that. And it's just being able to start that connection, and something that really gives you a good chance to be able to do those things.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So many neat things within the classroom. What about outside of the classroom? Maybe things that you do outside, or field trips, those types of things. What are some of those aspects?
Yeah, so this year is a little different for those things, but we do anything from working with other organizations in the community, like Fill the Dome we like to do, or working with the Ronald McDonald House. We like to partner with them and do those kind of activities. And there really is just so many opportunities that we have to take advantage of, and they are so excited to help and just get their footprint in the community. They like to have that chance to just learn what's out there. Everything is so new, and just what is that? And they're so excited about it. So whatever opportunity we can give them, we really love to jump on.
Absolutely. Well, you've talked about the academics, and we've talked a little bit about service, which is so important.
Yes.
Our kids learning to give back
For sure.
in the community and in this small Grover community. Really, that third piece that we really emphasize is the faith piece.
For sure.
So tell us a little bit about how faith is incorporated into the classroom, into the school itself.
Yeah. So we love that we get to be able to just share God's word with our kids throughout the day, and that can look anything like having our Bible lessons that we do throughout the week, and then just having times of like prayer circles within our rooms where we can just gather everyone together and we can have things that we can talk about and just have a chance to pray together as a class. And I think that's something so special, that God really just unites you as a class and allows you to have this chance to say, okay, we're going to just take a moment out of our day, and we're really going to prepare our hearts for what is ahead of us, and just ask God to help us get through this day with joy and just with patience and a chance to be able to learn everything that is ahead of us. But this also looks like getting a chance to participate in chapel. We love so much that this is something we get to do as a school. This year was slightly different. We did just kind of virtual chapels, but we are excited to hopefully be able to be together once again to do chapel, where we all meet in the gym and we get to sing some worship songs and then hear a really great message, and then come back to the classroom and reflect on that. Even with our Bible lessons in class, we get a chance to, okay, we're going to read this story and we're going to talk about it, and then we're going to make sure that this is something that they can apply to their life, something that gets them to stick in their head, and they can have that memory of, okay, I remember when we talked about this because I can make that connection to it. So that's kind of a look into what it looks like when we incorporate that in our school.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And you talked about making connections, which is really important. We talked about chapels. We also have Grover groups.
Yes.
That is part of the whole school together. And then in kindergarten, they have a unique experience to have kindergarten buddies.
Yes.
So can you tell us just a little bit about that neat mentoring and role model and relationship that happens?
Oh yeah, that is something so special, and it gives us a chance to partner with either our 4th graders or 5th graders, and they just get a chance to meet the other kids in our school and have a chance for the older kids to come either down to us or we go to them, and they get a chance to just bond and create another relationship within this school. They get this chance to do anything from, if you do like a classroom store, they get to help with that, or just different projects you have within your room and within your classroom that you incorporate. So they get the chance to just meet another person, another friendly face. They know more people in this school. They're becoming more comfortable with the environment, and those mentoring relationships are huge. Having a chance to have someone that you can know down the road and be like, hey, you were my buddy in kindergarten. Like, that's such a sweet thought to have.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So coming into kindergarten, kids are so different. You have coming in at all different levels. What are some of the ways that you intentionally as teachers work with those varying levels of skills and abilities, and really that entry point for those students?
Yes. I think this goes back to relationship. Relationship is such a huge part of being able to know our kids and develop that one-on-one relationship, because once we know that, we know more about our kids, and we're able to then say, okay, I know that this is going to work a little bit different for this student, so I'm going to try something else. But this can look like anything from flexible seating to just the way you kind of handle your room too, in different activities that you do. If we have some kiddos that work better, maybe they work better on a bouncy chair. They're able to like have something that their mind is moving on, and they're able to still work at the same time. And I think even a great example of this is back to the smart room aspects that we talk about within each of our 4 rooms. We all have trampolines and balance beams that really give us a chance to provide an opportunity for our kids to learn in different ways. So it's not just they're sitting at a desk all day and they're not getting a chance to be up and active, but they're getting this chance to be active and then to learn at the same time. And I think that's such an important aspect for kindergarten age. Like, they need a chance to move and to move their bodies, and it's so valuable when we can give them that chance.
Absolutely. Yeah, you do a great job of just differentiating and meeting students where they are throughout the year. So what does a day look like as far as start time and end time, calendar, when you begin those classes and when we finish out the school year, that type of thing?
Yes. So you're looking at starting school towards the end of August, and then finishing in May as well. So then start time is going to look like around 8:05, and then ending, 8:25, I'm sorry, and then ending at 3:05. So you're kind of looking at a good chunk of your day, and that's going to be around what you're going to see for calendar-wise for the school year.
Obviously, kids coming in, they come in with different expectations for their behavior. How do you help to guide students that maybe have have an opportunity where they just need to have some guidance or a discipline type situation? Yeah. What's your philosophy there? How do you nurture them back or bring them back, restore those relationships and things like that?
I think we really try and come at this with the nurtured heart approach. We really try and develop those relationships. I've talked so much about that already, but I think it is such a key aspect of kindergarten. They need to know that we are here for them, and we support them, and we want them to learn, and we're going to do it with them. We're not going to just give them material and say, okay, now it's your time to learn. Like, we're going to be there guiding them the whole way and give them this chance to be independent, but also know that they have someone here that can help them. And in terms of like behavior and dealing with that, if kids are coming in at different areas, I think we as teachers just come to this point where we have to understand that, okay, not every kid is going to be different, and we have to know that we are going to try and meet the needs of that student. And I think that's something so great about the size number that we have for our classes. 15 really gives us a chance to know each one of our students and to know what their needs are, and to be able to meet them too is huge. So we really love to do the nurtured heart approach with all of that.
Terrific. Well, we've talked a lot about the classroom,
Yes.
a lot about relationships, relationships with parents. How do you communicate with your parents to be sure that they're on the same page with you and that they understand what's going on in the classroom?
Yes. So each teacher is going to have a weekly communication log. We typically call it our newsletter for the week. This is going to give you a glimpse of our week, and then it's going to give you our content areas of the skills we're focusing on. So to show you the skills in math that we're focusing on, the writing skills that we're focusing on, reading, and any other important, if there's dress-up days, it's going to show that within the week schedule. That's going to be the one thing for sure that each classroom does. Another way that we communicate is typically done through Class Dojo, but it looks different for each classroom. So that's what I use in my classroom, and it's just a quick way to message a parent or share stories and pictures of what we're doing through the day. And I think that's so important to get your parents involved in this. They love to know what your kids are doing and to share that, oh, someone came home today with something else in their folder, be looking for it, or just a quick way to share with parents, okay, this is what we're doing, this is our expectations for it, and it gives us a chance to really communicate that way. We also have another aspect within our school called the Grover Gazette, and that's something Missy, our secretary, sends out at the end of every week, so you get a glimpse of what the whole school did that week, and if there's any important dates that everyone needs to be aware of, no school days, anything like that. So you got a couple of different ways of main communication there.
Well, you talked about how important it is for parents to be involved and how they like that.
Yes.
What are some ways that they're involved with the kindergarten classrooms?
Yes. We have lots of opportunities for parents to come into our classroom and to help us out. This can look anything like helping on Fridays with Bible verses. We usually have a parent volunteer come in and they'll sit in the hallway with the kids as they do their Bible verse at the end of the week. Or it can look like having moms or dads come in for helping run copies. We value that one so much as kindergarten teachers. I swear there's not enough time in the day to get everything done sometimes. So having that help for parent is huge. But this can also look at coming in for activities throughout the week. If we have projects and art projects that we're doing, it's always helpful to have an extra hand in the classroom. Yeah.
Well, we've done some things in the classroom and kind of those pieces. Let's shift gears just a little bit to some nuts and bolts. At the elementary, they wear uniforms.
Yes.
Tell us just a little bit about the basics of what that would look like for
For
a
sure.
kindergartner.
Yeah, so for kindergartners, we wear uniforms Monday through Thursday, and then Friday is going to be a Grover Gear Day. So this is going to be something a little more casual, and it's going to be some type of clothing that has Grover Gear on it. And there's more information listed on the websites, and we have that we give at, you know, when we're starting to have new families come in. But that's kind of a briefing of it without going into a ton of detail there.
Good idea. Another nuts and bolts, so important piece of the day, lunch, snack, those types of things.
Yes.
So tell us about what they can expect in those two areas.
Perfect. Yeah. We have a snack program that is through our school for like a milk and juice program, and kids are able to sign up for that, and they're able to grab a milk and juice every day if they want one. They can also then choose to have water, of course, if they want, and then they are asked to bring their own snack from home, something that is healthy for them and something that they can have through the week and not have to worry about allergies from anyone else. So this is something that is provided from the student, and we usually ask that you have at least 5 snacks for the whole week. They get so hungry through the day, and they usually like to have more than one, of course. And then in terms of lunch, we have lunch that is offered through our school, and that's also another program that you're able to sign up for, and that's going to be typically around 11, so we have a good chunk of time for lunch, and then we go to recess after that. But yeah, we have lots of good programs. I know some of the most things they look forward to, they love to eat, so we have to make sure they're energized
and recess,
ready to go for the day. Yes,
that's terrific. Well, we're coming down to the end here. One of the things that we offer that's really a very valuable piece to you as kindergarten teachers and to the families is gearing up for kindergarten.
Yes.
So if you want to just talk a little bit about what that might look like for families.
Yeah, gearing up for kindergarten is something we as kindergarten teachers value so much. We love to get to know your students before they come into our rooms for the school year. This gives us a chance for each kindergarten teacher to be able to meet the student and figure out, okay, is this room a good fit for your student? And this gives us a chance to see, okay, these are kind of some of the things that parents get to see too, that our expectations are in kindergarten. Here are some of the things that we're going to be doing. And another aspect of gearing up, it just gives us a chance to share with parents too some of the expectations that we have coming into kindergarten to help get them ready for what they have coming. So it's things like independent tasks, getting them to be able to follow 3-step directions, and then being able to continue to do something else. So whether that means getting your jacket on and then putting your shoes and being ready to go out the door, it's those 3-step directions that we use so much in kindergarten. So that's just one of the ways to get them ready. But with gearing up, it gives us a chance to really see where the kids are at and how they're going to do within the school.
And those are nights that we have in the spring.
Yes.
So they're getting closer to that time.
Very much so.
And you can kind of see how that maturity looks, which is such a great thing too.
Yeah.
Well, is there anything, we've covered a lot of aspects and things like that. Is there anything else that you would like to share as we close up?
I feel like we covered a good chunk of it.
Good.
I'm excited to meet everyone that's coming into this next school year, and I think it's going to be a really good one. I think we're going to see a lot of craziness, but I think we're ready for it. I mean, this year has